Okay, let's dive in, folks. Today, we're going deep on something really fascinating. It's called Iceni Super Yogurt. And it's supposed to be, well, kind of super.
Yeah.
We're talking anti-aging benefits, muscle health, maybe even some protection for our brains.
Yeah.
And apparently, the key to it all is this compound called urolithin A.
Right.
Now, one of our listeners sent this in, and I got to say, I'm super curious about the science behind it.
For sure.
So where do we even start with this? What exactly urolithin A?
Well, urolithin is interesting stuff. It's not something you just, find directly in your food. It's actually produced by those tiny bacteria living in our guts, the gut
The
microbiome.
microbiome, everyone's talking about the microbiome these days.
Exactly. And it's pretty important. So these gut bacteria, they get to work breaking down certain compounds that we get from things like pomegranates and berries. And that's when the magic happens. They produce urolithin A.
Okay, it's not like I can just eat a pomegranate and bam, I'm loaded up with urolithin A.
Nope. It's all about what your gut microbiome does with it. That's what makes the difference.
Okay, that makes sense. But hold on, not everyone listening might be totally familiar with the whole microbiome thing. Could you give us a quick, I don't know, like a microbiome 101?
Sure. Think of your gut microbiome as like a massive city. Trillions of tiny residents, bacteria, fungi, all sorts of microbes, all living and working together in your digestive system.
Okay, I like that. A bustling city inside us.
Right. And this city isn't just sitting there, it's super active. It plays a big role in how we digest food, our immune system, even how we think and feel.
Wow. So basically, we got to keep the residents of our internal city happy and healthy.
Exactly. A happy microbiome means a healthier you. And it seems like with urolithin A, these little gut microbes could be holding the secret to some pretty incredible health benefits.
All right, well, let's get to those benefits then. This research paper mentioned something called mTOR. I'll be honest, I had to look that one up.
I hear you.
It sounds kind of complicated, maybe even a little bit risky.
Yeah, mTOR is a tricky one. It's this protein complex that's like the control center for cell growth and survival. When it's working right, it's vital. Keeps our cells healthy and doing their jobs.
Okay, so it's good when it's working right.
Right. But here's the thing. If mTOR gets too active, it can actually fuel cancer development. It's like hitting the gas pedal on cell growth in a way that can get out of control.
Okay, so too much mTOR is a bad thing. But I'm looking at this document, and it says urolithin A can actually activate mTOR in cancer cells, making them self-destruct. So how does that work? If too much mTOR is bad, how does even more help?
That's what's so amazing about urolithin A. It seems to be super selective. It triggers this self-destruct sequence, which scientists call apoptosis in specific cancer cells, but it leaves healthy cells alone.
Wow, it's like a tiny assassin that only targets the bad guys.
Exactly. Now, we're still early in the research here. There's so much more to learn about how urolithin A can do this so precisely.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what about those other potential benefits mentioned in the paper? The whole anti-aging thing, boosting muscle health. Is urolithin A some kind of miracle molecule or what?
Well, miracle molecule might be a bit of a stretch, but it does show some real promise. Research indicates that urolithin A could be helping with something called mitophagy.
Mitophagy. Okay, another one for the vocabulary list.
Basically, mitophagy is like our cell's internal cleaning crew. It gets rid of those old, worn-out mitochondria, and mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells.
Yeah, I remember learning about those in high school biology.
So when those mitochondria aren't working well, we start to see less energy, we age faster, and the risk of age-related diseases goes way up.
Oh, I see. So urolithin A is like boosting our cells' cleaning power, making sure our cellular powerhouses are running smoothly.
You got it. It's like giving ourselves a serious tune-up.
That's pretty incredible. And what about muscle health?
Well, there's more and more evidence that urolithin A could be helping us maintain muscle mass and strength as we age. There was even one study that showed it actually improved muscle function in older adults.
This Iceni super yogurt is sounding more impressive by the minute. But how does this yogurt actually make more urolithin A? What's the secret ingredient?
It's all in the recipe. Iceni Super Yogurt uses special probiotics. Those are the friendly bacteria that actually do the work of turning those compounds from pomegranates and berries into urolithin A. And then there's inulin, a type of fiber that acts as food for those probiotics.
Like fertilizer for the good bacteria.
You could say that. It helps them thrive and multiply. And of course, there's pomegranate extract in the yogurt, providing the raw materials for urolithin A production.
So it's like Iceni super yogurt sets up the perfect environment for those urolithin A producing bacteria to like have a party and make tons of the good stuff.
Exactly. But we can't forget that everyone's microbiome is unique. So how much urolithin A someone actually produces, even from a specially designed yogurt like Iceni, can be different from person to person.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we definitely need more research to see how this all works in different people long term. This deep dive has been fascinating. Who knew yogurt could be so powerful? It's incredible to think that maybe we can actually use our gut microbiome to make such big improvements to our health.
It's a total game changer. And what we know now is just the beginning. The microbiome is a whole universe of possibilities.
It makes me wonder what other secrets our gut microbiome might be hiding.
It does make you think.
And how can we learn to work with this amazing system to live healthier, longer lives?
Those are some pretty profound questions.
This is why I love these deep dives. They always leave me with more questions than answers, but in the best way possible. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey into the world of Iceni Super Yogurt and urolithin A.
Anytime. This stuff is truly fascinating.
And for our listeners, keep those questions coming. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.